In this video, we will show you how to use artificial intelligence to how we can visualize our idea and how we can effectively present it. One of the latest projects I have done is I will explain this to you step by step. Remember, my training videos are generally about giving tactics. They are technical specification videos. Thus, by applying these techniques, you can also in your own projects, I believe you can achieve the results you desire. First of all, this is entirely up to you to determine. It is key idea. What kind of thing do you want? What do you want to visualize? What do you want to do? First, you need to clearly define this idea in your mind. What I want is the seed inside the avocado and the avocado itself. The image that forms when I cut it in half into an armchair set. How I could translate it. Because that round seed inside the avocado is a pillow, that it can be used as a pillow, and inside the avocado, the structure and shell also have a very nice armchair form. I thought it could create. Later, I started writing prompts for this. And I asked ChatGPT to write prompts for this. ChatGPT generated many prompts for me. However, among the prompts it generated, I didn't get the desired result. I realized that I didn't get good results. Later, by applying different methods to ChatGPT, I wanted try to get the prompt written. One of these is also, first of all, taking such a piece of avocado, placing it into such a sofa set composition. And by making some montages, as a result of these montages, the thing I want is I described that there are such things. And in this case, it wrote me exactly the prompt I wanted. Right now, I would like to talk to you about this prompt. I can directly show you this prompt itself. But for your own project, much more, you will need to use different things. Look, it's a very long prompt. But believe me, I have never even read the prompt myself. I don't know exactly what it says. I am only looking at the result. Ultimately, I described visually based on a few visuals. As you can see, it produced results for me in this way as I described. I didn't like any of these at all. In the end, it does not reflect the avocado itself. Yes, it reflects its colors and so on, but especially for me, it was to catch the frequency I wanted. Look, for example, this is very nice. It's exactly what I was looking for. I tried to capture the form itself exactly. I produced many things here. By the way, I am using Magnific Mystic. I have already mentioned and shown this to you before. Look, interesting things like this, but these are very fantastic. To be honest, I didn't like it very much. For example, it could be a really good form in a more real sense. I really made a lot of big experiments here like this, and by sending this prompt back to ChatGPT, I can say there is a deficiency here. Like do it this way here, it's quite a long correspondence. As a result, in conclusion, we finally obtained such a visual. Now, after doing this process, yes, even if it looks quite nice, presenting this, it's really not easy to make this presentable, friends. Because if you don't present it, you can't make a proper presentation. The visual you created will not have much impact. Presentation is very important, as you know, like everything else. When you look at the results I have obtained, for example, here, you can see that there is a problem with the pillow. For example, while this pillow is quite nice on the inside, this form here, however, there are some problems. For example, there is a lit area like this at the back. Therefore, you need to carry out an assembly process here. I am referring to the interior part that you see. I copied the entire thing and pasted it on the other side, and here I carried out a few assembly processes. Later, I performed the upscale process in high. I made it into a high resolution state. And among these, I finally selected this one, Friends. As you can see, look, after the assembly process, the upscale, by performing it, I made it into a high resolution state. I brought it and decided on a finale like this. Now, after this decision-making stage in Photoshop, I came and started drawing the intermediate forms, that is, the frames. Ultimately, in order to present this, I need a piece. I needed to visualize the piece. If you pay attention here, the form you see, yes, it's very nice, but in this form I have a need find avocado. I really want to let people know that I benefited from an avocado. I needed to show it. So as you can see, I created a visual like this. I completely took this by capturing the photo you see. I did it with the help of SketchUp. If you go to a4sketchup.com, from here, when you click on the direct price section, right here on the main page, there is the create section immediately. From here, you can start working by clicking directly on create. You can work like this. If you wish, you can also install it on your computer. Now I will show you how to achieve this image you see here. I want to show that I have turned it into an avocado. Look, normally there is an image like this, but when I write avocado here in this way in the prompt section, when I write avocado and set it to 5 degrees and here it is, pull the value to 0.4 and then from the interior section, I am looking at what I have selected. From the interior section, I have selected style 10 in the architecture part and I have created an avocado image in this way. Later, of course, on the image I have created, I made manipulations, especially to make the skin more realistic. First, the avocado's natural state, without a background. Let me show you like this. In this way, by showing such a reference, I drew such an avocado. Then, by drawing more of the half like this, I achieved a result. As you can see, this part is again the same way. As a result, with a few sequences like this, you will look like this. I will show you now. I obtained an image like this in series. Then I made one like this, and to present it step by step. I visualized this the way I wanted, friends. I did these step by step. These parts are completely photo montage, parts related to photo manipulation and the use of artificial intelligence. Now let's come to the topic of animation. After doing this process, I used Runway for animation. Now I will show you how I animated these in Runway and I want to show you which prompts I used. Look here, this is what I did in Runway for this series. You can see the animations. Here, for example, one of my favorite animations. This is the part of the core's fragmentation opening, that is, the entry animations are really enjoyable animations. For example, let's take a look at this. Look, the seed comes in from above and opens up like this. For example, how to look at the prompt here. You can see, if you want, use these settings again from here. When we say that, it comes back to us like this again. Dynamic tracking shot, and of course I do this again like this. I explained it to ChatGPT. I provided two visuals. And what should be between these two visuals? I define the movements, whatever I want. Everything here is completely up to your own desire. I described it. It needs to be like this and that. I told him to write a prompt about this, and he wrote me this prompt. He wrote a few. None of them turned out the way I wanted. For example, he did it like this. I didn't like this. He did similar things again. Look, you can see I didn't like it. To be honest, I didn't like such things very much. But the thing I think will be the most effective, for example, this was very effective. Look, I used this. It was quite nice. I mean, the prompt for this is very different. Now let's take a look at this as well. This is, for example, slow motion. It goes on like that and so on. And I achieved a result like this, as you can see. I really created a lot of animations here, guys. I delete many of them after creating the ones I like. I keep these. Maybe I might need them to use. In short, using an animation like this, I created different animations. As you can see, you see it like this. And using these animations, in the end, the montage, I performed the process and created such a final image. Thus, I have actually shown you the flow process of this work. What you need to do is completely manipulation to strengthen photo manipulation a little more, and thus intermediate, creating forms and then combining them with animations. So the job is really very easy. It's no longer as difficult as before. To present your idea, you can use these tools very comfortably. You can use them. I hope it has been helpful.